Now let's move on to the next kind of prepositions of time, and how and why and where should we use words, and why do we use those words at particular places or in particular sentences. So these are few of the examples we use as prepositions of time. Like, I reached the school at 7 p.m. Why are we using at here? She's sleeping since morning. In the above sentences, at and since are prepositions of time. See, why do we use at? At indicates the exact time. When we are using the exact time, then we use at. Whereas since indicates from when. Kab se. Since means from when we are doing some kind of work or action. Now, some examples which can be confusing for you and which tell you why and where to use certain prepositions. Like, Rita reached the airport at 9 p.m. This we have already done because it is specific time, particular time. So for particular times we use at. At indicates particular time of the day. We went to the temple at the beginning of this year. Again, this beginning tells us about the particular point of time, though in a bigger time value, but again it tells us about the particular time of the year. We met our cousins at Diwali. Again, for some festivals we use at. Here at is used for indicating the time for Diwali festival. He was born on 25th December 2000. The preposition on indicates date. For dates we use on. He was born on Monday. For days of the week we also use on. Men hunted animals in ancient times. Here we are talking about time which is of a longer period. So somewhere, sometime in ancient times, in between ancient times, the entire period of time we are talking here. I went to the market in the morning. Again, it is a period of time we are talking. When we are talking about days, times of the day or time periods of the day, we use in. I will finish my work by 8 p.m. That means by 8 p.m. I should have finished my work. That is my limit there, time limit. By indicates the time limit. He will sleep until dark. Until indicates time limit but also implies continuation of an action. That means here we are talking about action also, that I'll be continuing my work until dark, till it turns dark. Rita slept for. This is duration of time. Length or duration of an action, for how much of time. I went on an adventure trip during the vacations. When I was on vacations, so I went during that time. I went on an adventure. Again, it is period of time. I was alert during the match. Duration of an action. I was at my friend's place between 8 and 9. That means here we are talking about two times. So we use between. It is same we discussed in the place. When we are talking about two persons or thing, then we use between. But if we are talking about more than two, then we are using among. But here we are talking about two different timings. So we use between because it tells us about 2 points of time. I will complete my project within. Within is the certain or limit of some period. So that was it. Where to use, there are other prepositions which can be used for time, but then you should remember if it is a exact some particular time, exact time, then at. Again, beginning of it is at. Diwali is a festival. For Diwali's we can use on also here, but then here we are talking the time of Diwali. There we are using festival. He was born on December 25th December. Here we are talking about date, but if we talk about only the month, then we use in January or in December. He was born in December. That means we are not talking about particular date, but we are talking about the whole month. He was born in the year 2005. That means again we are using entire year here. We are not talking about particular date. He was born on Monday. When we talk about day, then we use on. In ancient times, it is a long entire period of ancient time, that is why we use in. Morning, again we use for these in the evening, in the morning, in the afternoon, but we use at night. For night we use at, because we are talking about particular time period. I will finish. By is the limit. Until is when the action is going on, but there is some limit of the time. For is the duration. During again is the duration. And between, when we talk about 2 points of time or 2 points of some other time periods. So this was all for timing. Now we'll be talking about directions and some other things or some other topics related to these prepositions.